Hi everyone, it's Laura Milligan. I'm sorry I'm a couple minutes late today, but this is my weekly Facebook Live. I go live on Mondays at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I am from Canton, Ohio, and my studio is called The Bee Spot. And so thank you for joining me today. If you're a frequent viewer, thank you. I appreciate you so much. If you're new, welcome to my Facebook Live. I hope that you get some inspiration today. I have some new products that I'll be sharing with you today. This is the last week of our our current annual catalog and our mini catalog. Our new catalog begins on May 2nd, which is a week from tomorrow. Very exciting time. We all love getting our hands on new products, so I'm looking forward to that. So give me a shout out, say hi if you're there. Let me just check, make sure some people are signing in. I was running a little bit late today. It's funny because I always feel like I'm all ready and prepared and ready to go, and then at the last minute things happen, right? And anyway, okay, so there's some people signing in. Hey everybody. Thank you for joining me. And so I am going to start today by sharing a couple things. I got some cards in the mail last week, and I want to share those with you. And then I'm going to share the projects that I made last week as well. So let me switch my view down. Okay, there we are. So I'm going to start with some of the cards I received in the mail last week, which I love. So keep sending cards. I love sharing them. So this is one. This came from my friend Mary Ann. I met her. She used to live in our area, and now she lives in New York. And so it's fun to get a card from Mary Ann. So thank you, Mary Ann, for that. I got this beautiful lattice card from my friend Jackie, and she is from Illinois. Love this card. She used my Queen Bee bundle. This is a lattice card. If you don't know how to make this, we're actually going to be making this in my upcoming class in the mail, class to go, which will be released probably towards the end of this week. It's one that I partner with every month with my talented and sweet Canadian demonstrator friend Sherry Roth. And one of the cards that I've designed is this lattice style card. So we're going to be doing that. I got this beautiful card. This is from one of my downline, Jen, and it was really sweet and unexpected. And sometimes those are the best kind of cards, right? I mean, we love to get birthday cards. You know, you're going to hopefully get cards for your birthday, but this was just an unexpected thinking of you. And so that I thought was so sweet. Then I got this fun card. First of all, this is the envelope, and I know when I'm showing you the envelope, you can probably guess who this is from. This is from my sister-in-law Nancy. She put these strips of designer paper on the front, which I thought was such a cool idea. She is very artistic, and so she sent this card to my husband and I. Oh my gosh, Debbie says it's snowing. Oh, and there's Marianne. Yeah, thank you, Marianne. I loved your card. That was so sweet of you. Snowing in Michigan. I am sorry. It was sleeting here yesterday, just for a little bit. I was actually out in my yard because you know I love gardening, and I thought it was nice enough to work in my yard, and suddenly there's white stuff coming out of the sky, which was crazy. But anyway, look at this cool card that Nancy sent me. It doesn't open. She wrote a message on the back and just used the layering circle dies, which are retiring. I don't know if they're available anymore or not, but she's so creative. I thought this was really fun. And you know, I liked the idea of just writing a note on the back. We don't always have to have a card that opens. That's kind of part of the fun, right? Just to be creative and do some different folds and things. So, all right. So those were the cards I received in the mail. Thanks to all of you. Love those. And then these cards, I'm going to lay these out. These are the cards that I made last week. And these were our new in colors. And so they are, let me see if I can remember the names, because of course I've got to learn all these. This is Moody Mauve, Boho Blue, Copper Clay, Pebbled Path, and Wild Wheat. So I made a card in Boho Blue, which I have right here. And then I just shared these in the other colors. It was a really popular Facebook Live. I got a lot of views, so thank you all for watching and commenting. And the winner for this week is Sandy Zun. I'm not sure how you pronounce your name, Sandy. I'm sorry. But if you will email me or send me a message, I will get this card in the mail to you. I don't have your address, so I need that. So she was a first-time watcher. These I'm keeping for myself because I need to put those on display and refer to them. But Sandy, please let me know. I'm anxious to get that card in the mail to you. All right, so I want to show you a couple things. I'm going to show you the front of our catalog again, and I shared this with you last week. But I wanted to point this out again because the cards on the front use the Cheerful Daisies suite of products, and I'm going to make a card with them today, and that is the suite that Sherry and I, like I said, are using for our first class to go with the new catalog. And so that will be released. I think we'll release it towards the end of this week, and it will be available for registration. But I love daisies. Who doesn't, right? So I wanted to point those out, and I'm just going to make a card for you with that. So let me show you the bundle. We're not allowed per Stampin' Up! Rules to show the inside of the catalog yet. We can show you the front cover. We can show you projects and products, but not actually the inside of the catalog yet. So this is the Cheerful Daisy bundle, and it is, as you can see, a set of coordinating dies in the stamp set. There's some great words in this, and the dies are great. There's a label shape. You can do some layering of these dies to add a little more texture. There's a stem, some leaves. And so let's just get started. Let me show you also the Designer Series paper. Look how pretty. Because you know the Designer Series paper is always better when you see it in person. And I know you're not really in person with me here, but I think it's easier to see it like this rather than just a little splotch of it in the catalog. I love this pattern. This. And then this piece is kind of neat. You get two pieces of each sheet in the package, but this is really fun because what you can do is cut each of these rectangles. Here's small rectangles and just all different sizes, and you can use those on your card, so it would make it really easy. Love this one. What I imagine is cutting it up like this, layering it on a card base with some maybe coordinating color. This is early espresso. And then just adding a bit of ribbon, some gems, and a word. It could be for any occasion. And I think this is really pretty. This is fun with the sky. It's pretty neat. So let me then just flip these over and show you the B side of the paper. Whoop. So these are more obviously solids. They almost look to me like they were painted, like on a canvas, which I know sometimes Stampin' Up! Does. And then they have one of their concept artists or design people paint something like this, and then somehow they turn it into designer paper. But these kind of showcase the new in colors as well. So, okay, so let me just gather this up. I'm going to use just a little snippet of this particular pattern today on my card. But isn't it fun to see new products? And I should mention, I do a Designer Series paper share every year. It is super popular. It is a true labor of love because my team and I cut and package and label all the paper. It is a big job, and there are several different options available. If you have not registered yet, please do. You have until, I believe it was this Sunday that I cut off the registration, but there's a couple different options, and it's very, very popular. I would love it to have you join. If you are on my email list, you would have received information on it. If not, you need to be on my email list so you know about different things that I'm offering. So I'm going to bring these parts and pieces in and just talk about them. So I'm using a thick basic white card base. This is 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. And I use my paper trimmer to do this. I know I've showed you that before, but especially with this thick white, because it is so thick, I just think it's nice to have a crisp fold there in the middle, and the scoring tool on the paper trimmer really helps that. Okay, so then I have a panel of regular white. This is 4 by 5 1/4. I have already gone ahead and embossed this, and this is the cane embossing folder. It looks like a cane, if you know the cane chairs. It looks exactly like those cane seated chairs. I actually have a couple of those because I like antiques. So I've embossed that, and then I have used, this is one of our new core colors. It's called Bubble Bath, and I love this. I'm a pink girl. I always say God gave me 4 daughters because I love pink so much, right? I love that. And I have cut this with the Radiating Stitches dies. The Radiating Stitches dies are one of our online exclusives. I believe they're sold out, but they are coming back, and I think they're coming back relatively soon. I need to check on that and see when they are coming back. And then I've used the dies, and I'm going to open these up here. So I've used this die, which is really cool because it cuts 3 different flowers and some leaves. And then I used these dies, which I'm going to leave on this magnet card, but they are just going to add some texture to this die cut. And then I used, well, I didn't use these. I used these on another project, but not for this one today. Okay, so I'm going to start by just, well, you know what, I'm going to do my stamping first. This does not have a lot of stamping to it. I kind of let the dies and the embossing folder do the work, and the beautiful designer series paper. But I am going to stamp. This label is included in these dies, and I'm going to use Wishing You the Brightest Birthday. The other words, I love this. Oops-a-daisy, so sorry. I think that's super cute. Your friendship means everything, and you made my day. So I'm going to just do Wishing You the Brightest Birthday, and I have my block. This is a D block, and you know, I like to put my words diagonally, corner to corner on my block, rather than try to get it straight, because then when I'm stamping, I feel like I have a better, I don't know, I can get them straighter. I know some of you commented that you do that now too, and it helps get them straight. So this, let's see, it goes this way. This is the new Moody Mauve color, and I'm going to put that right there on this panel. Look at that. Wishing You the Brightest Birthday. And I'm just going to, and that's all the stamping that I'm going to do. So I'm going to tuck this away so I don't get ink where I don't want it to be. I'll set this aside for a moment. Okay, so I'm going to start with my cane embossing folder. Oh, Colleen, I recently received the cane folder, have been using it on all my cards. Mary Jo had snow this morning. Oh no, crazy Ohio weather. That's right, Mary Jo lives in Ohio as well. Okay, so I'm going to grab my dimensionals. And I'm going to pop this up. You know I love my dimensionals. I don't think I could live without them. I don't know. Dimensionals and chocolate, right? That's all I need, and then I'd be happy. My life would be fulfilled. No, I'm just kidding. I do like chocolate, though. Anyone else out there? And do you eat chocolate when you're stamping? I don't do that, but I do like chocolate. I'm sure some of you do as well. Okay, so that's the cane embossing folder, white on white. And then I'm going to take a little strip of the Cheerful Daisy designer paper. This is 1 inch by 5 1/4, and it's going to just rest across there like that. So I'm going to get my glue. I don't know if you can hear my friend Charlie. He is snoring. He's laying on the floor beside me, snoring away. He's not interested in stamping, apparently. Okay, so I'm just going to put this across here. Make sure I've got it straight. Okay. Then I'm going to take this panel, and again, this is Bubble Bath, and that's going to just fit right on here like that. And this is flat. I did not pop this up. This is a Radiating Stitches die. There's several really cool dies, different shapes. There's a heart, some different rectangles. It's really nice. Okay, then I'm going to take, so like I said, I used this big die and I cut this out. This is white on white as well. And you can see the little holes that could be popped out, and also these leaves, but you don't have to. It's up to you. I sometimes leave them in on purpose because I just like the look. It adds an additional like little bit of texture. I am going to pop these leaves out though, this part here. I'm just going to take a pokey tool and pop that out. And I could take this, or like the tip of my paper snips, and poke out all these little, like this one I'll poke out because the other ones are, I think I'm going to leave the rest just as they are, just like that. Okay, and then this is going to be just glued down here like that. Aren't these colors pretty? Yeah, Debbie, Charlie's worn out from watching those boxes of catalogs. Wasn't that funny? He likes to know what's going on and kind of keeps watch over everything. He's funny boy. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on there, and I'm gonna turn this. I'm gonna have this pop over the edge a little bit, just like that. I'll just give that a press. I have to give that a second to hold. I know, I love the daisy dies too, Jean. Okay, and then what I did, so we have in this set of dies this, and this. And these are, I'll just show you. So here's one. Here's another one. And these are made to layer over these daisies. So you could leave them like this, but I loved the look of this. I just thought it was a great way to add some more texture and depth to these. And I did white on white. That's always, you know, if you know me, I love the white on white combination. So I'm going to take this and just glue this down as well. Everybody likes Charlie. Marcia says Charlie is the best. Hi, Myra, how are you? Myra, what's the weather like in Kentucky today? We've had crazy weather around here. People are saying it snowed and... Okay, so I'm going to just line this up. And just get these petals. I just sort of turn it. See if I can get this on here. You know, I always have trouble doing this when I'm doing a live. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to just hold that down, give that a press, and then I'll do this little one. Oh, Myra says it's cold in Kentucky. I think we were all spoiled last week. I actually had the air conditioning on. Okay, so I'm going to put this here, and that looks like it goes about right there like that. I need to turn it a bit. Just a titch. There we go. Just like that. Okay. And then this one's going to go on here. I don't know. What do you think? I like that. I like that added little texture there. I'm just going to put little dabs of glue. So I see Jennifer watching, and Jennifer got married recently. Congratulations, Jennifer. It's very exciting. I'm happy for you. Okay, and so that's kind of my focal point, and then I'm just going to add my words, and this I did pop up. It's just soft. I just love the soft color palette of this. So I'm going to pop this up. And I'll just put this right there. Overlapped a little bit onto the bubble bath. And then I'm going to take the new ribbon. This is Moody Mauve. And I'm just going to tie a knot, just a little knot. This card actually goes together pretty easily, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to then just trim this. And these are my new paper snips, and you can see how easily they cut this. Okay, so I have to guard these so that I don't accidentally use them to cut something that I don't want to cut them with. Okay, so I'm going to take a glue dot and just tuck that there. Okay, so we have that, just that little bit of ribbon there. And of course that's pulling from the designer paper and the words that I stamped in the Moody Mauve as well. And then on the ends, well, and then I will have some embellishments that I'm going to use. These are the in color dots. And I'm going to use the, of course, Moody Mauve. Grab my Take Your Pick tool. And I'll just put a couple of these on here. Put one there, one there. So there's the front, and then I'm gonna, on the inside, I had 2 little strips of paper I cut to just add a little bit, something extra to the inside. So this is a little narrow piece of bubble bath. I'm gonna put this at the top. It would be cute too if I had an extra daisy die cut, which I don't right now, but it would be, I'm just going to center this here. It would be cute to die cut a daisy, one of the little daisies, and just put it right there. And then this is a little strip of the designer paper. It's a great way to use if you have just a teeny little bit left when you're cutting for a project. Just save them because it doesn't take much to just add something. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so there we have that. And there is our card. I think it's really cute. I love daisies. I think most people do. There's just something about daisies, right? So that is all I have for you today. Like I said, we're transitioning over to the new catalog. This is the last week. Don't forget that we still have a lot of great deals in the last chance retiring list. There are things that are 60% off. So there are some really, really good deals. So don't forget to check that out. And I appreciate you watching me today. And I look forward to next time. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do next week, but I will figure it out. So if you are interested in my designer paper share, be sure to email me. I can send you the information if you're not on my email list. And then I will be releasing information in the next day or two about my In Color Club, which is also a really popular club that I offer with every new annual catalog. So look forward to that. And I want to thank you all for watching me today. Hopefully, we know spring is coming, right? We know spring is coming. We're going to get rid of all this snow, and good weather is for sure ahead of us. But thank you all so much for joining me. I look forward to next time. And as always, I hope you have time to be creative today. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye-bye.